of Buddhism than I will ever know. And I did get introduced to it in university, but that was a long time ago. I did a little bit of study of Buddhism when I was getting a philosophy degree, actually here in the University of Calgary. But my specialty in philosophy was applied ethics and law. In fact, I did postgraduate work in biomedical ethics here at the hospital. But I had 2 kids in university, so instead of going off to law school with that, I ended up going to work in the financial services industry. And I think that's one of the reasons that I've been asked to do this today, is a very significant part of my professional career, which is now approaching 30 years. I always have the introducer say over 25 years, and my wife said, never change it from now, because it's just going to make you sound older and older than you already are. So we'll keep with the 25 years, but I've been at it a long time. And the last several roles have been basically ethics and compliance related. So I'm one of the people in Canada that designs and delivers the mandatory ethics classes for the financial services industry. And so I do that in Canada, and some of the speaking I do is in the United States, and sometimes in Mexico, but usually Canada and the United States. So does that mean I know anything more about ethics than anyone else? I don't know. What it should mean, though, is that I take it very seriously. I'm very passionate about the topic, and I spent a good portion of my life thinking about it. So hopefully that will show up in my presentation today. So what do I want to accomplish with you over the next 45 minutes? Well, one of the things I want to achieve is to give you my reasoning or my argument for why I think the topic of right livelihood is vastly underaddressed and underappreciated in contemporary Buddhism today. There's so much we can do with this topic. And I will also tell you why I think, out of all the other aspects of the Eightfold Path, it's probably the area that could benefit the most from a contemporary discussion or visit. Then I'm going to tell you a little bit about where I think the discussion of right livelihood could be going. And then finally, I want to give you some suggestions on how you can take some of this information back to your home temple, to your community. Because I want it to be practical for you. So maybe you'll get some ideas on aspects of my discussion that you think would resonate with your audience back home, and then maybe we can talk about that during the question period. So that's my objective. Let's get started on this right livelihood topic. First thing I want to comment on is right livelihood as it relates to the other aspects of the Eightfold Path. There's two comments I want to make. First of all, is right livelihood is presented to us as an aspect of 8 subject areas. And these 8 subject areas are a path that's supposed to be taking us someplace. Where is that place? Some people might say enlightenment, or the reduction of suffering, or the increase of happiness, or joy, or gratitude. But it's a path to someplace, and it's not just a path for us, but a path that we're to encourage others to join us with. Does that sound right? Good. So one of the ways I look at right livelihood and today's contemporary discussion of it is I wonder, is it really, are the things that we're talking about really helping us reduce suffering and increase happiness? Well, sometimes I find that very lacking. I don't think we're really addressing it. For example, when we talk about right livelihood in the Jodo Shinsho tradition, it's usually in negative terms. That is, we talk about what not to do. Not what to do, but what not to do. Conduct yourself in your livelihood activity in a way that does no harm. Thank you very much for that. Oh, that's what makes you laugh. I was wondering. Silly humor. I'm going to have to remember that. When we think about right livelihood,